Just to win it all. Problems when it comes to choosing, we got all them solved. Got the picks that needin' fixed, and you know who to call. Cause this the pick vault.
And we are live here from Boston. I'm Matt Taylor alongside Danny Siv, and you're listening to the Pick Vault. Now, Dan, how you feeling this morning?
I'd feel a lot better if I woke up a top 5 paid running back in the NFL.
Well, Derrick Henry knows what that feels like this morning. He woke up after signing his 4-year, $50 million contract, 25 being guaranteed, which makes him the 5th highest paid running back per year in the NFL. Only behind McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell, and obviously David Johnson. So, Dan, as we've seen teams investing more and more into their running backs, even with the wear and tear that they take on a daily and every day in practice, every day in games, what are your thoughts on investing money into running backs?
I mean, in this case scenario in Tennessee, Derrick Henry is the investment that needs to be made. Obviously, he is the best player on that offense. Without him, there is no AFC Championship game. Without him, they do not succeed the way they did last year. But honestly, the only problem I have investing in running backs is what's gone on in the past. So if you swing it to the West Coast in Los Angeles, Todd Gurley signed a 4-year, $57 million contract. $45 million guaranteed, and they cut him in less than a year. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Which is wild. And then if you look at Tennessee, right? I mean, they have Derrick Henry, but they also signed a massive deal. What was Tannehill making?
4 years, $110 million in that contract?
So the question is, right, when you're talking about running backs and their contracts, there's a systematic difference in the way that teams are paying quarterbacks versus running backs, right? And simply looking at the numbers there, Derrick Henry was the most valuable player on the Titans.
Absolutely.
But he's not making a third of what Tannehill.
Like, if I'm Derrick Henry, I'm bothered by that. Because
100%.
Tannehill, I'm not saying he did nothing, but he was mediocre at best. He game managed. That was it. That's all he needed to do.
Well, the problem with investing in running backs is the wear and tear that they take. They're running, they're getting hit by these massive men on a consistent basis.
Absolutely. Every
single time they touch the ball, they're getting hit. Quarterbacks, they take snaps, they could, get out of the way, avoid. These running backs are taking damage and damage and damage. The only time that you really can pay a running back at the rate, high rates, is when they're a transcendent talent, like a Christian McCaffrey. I mean, looking at McCaffrey, he became the 3rd player in NFL history to ever have 1,000, meaning he had 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards in 1 year, meaning he's not just a running back. Go even further. He had the most all-purpose yards in the NFL last year, right? He had 1,387 rushing yards and 1,005 receiving yards. He had 15 rushing touchdowns and 4 receiving touchdowns, right? So McCaffrey kills it on a consistent. He actually became an all-pro at 2 different positions, running back and flex,
that's crazy.
Which is nuts. So, in my opinion, you can't play when you're a running back. You only can get paid at a significant rate when you're more than a running back. And people want to make it about the fact that running backs should be paid more. Well, it's a large investment for a team to take when that player is going to get hit 25 times a game.
Do you think that Derrick Henry is that transcendent talent or no?
I believe there's an opportunity for Derrick Henry to be a transcendent talent because of his body. Right? McCaffrey does it one way. McCaffrey does it one way where he's elusive. He's a smaller guy, but he tears up the league.
Yeah.
Right? Derrick Henry, on the other hand, is a massive man. Right? And he just plows through people.
He's fast for his size.
Oh,
but
100%.
At the end of the day, he's not McCaffrey speed.
No.
Completely different running back.
Different player. And it works. And that leads back to the systematic difference between quarterbacks and running backs. You could build a team around a quarterback. We're seeing it done all over the league, right? You can't build, in my opinion, a team around a running back.
But I feel like that's what Tennessee is almost doing.
They're trying to do it.
They're trying to, because in my opinion, Tannehill for the next 4 years, I mean, that's downhill from what we just saw this past year.
Definitely. So obviously we'll keep you updated on the latest news and contracts that are coming up here in the NFL. This is the Pick Vault signing off.
Taking sports gambling to the next level. Till next time, this is the Pick Vault signing off.
This the Pick Vault. Gonna sit you down and listen to this real talk. Ain't no first or second option, this the default. Turning picks into these dollars, gonna let them fall.